2.1 was basically over identifying x and y intercepts. It was over plotting points and identifying quadrants. So let's start there at identifying quadrants. If we're going to identify our quadrants, we need to know how they're identified. So draw a x and y axis that you can look at. We'll go bare bones basic here. X is obviously the horizontal one and y is the vertical one. So here we have quadrant 1 where everything is positive. So make that note, all positive. This one's going to be quadrant 2 where the x is negative but the y is still positive.
I thought it went that way.
Nope. Then we have quadrant 3 where everything's negative. It's like the Debbie Downer of the things. And yes, these do look like emojis. And last one we have, just found it, did you? And the last one we have positive, then negative. Okay, that's really all you need to know. 1, 2, 3, 4 going counterclockwise. Okay. Any questions? You can know it by simply plotting it, or you can look and say, oh, that one's a negative and a positive. It's got to be in 2. Negative, negative, that's 3. Positive, negative, that's got to be in 4. Okay? So on number 1 on your homework, it's literally asking you to plot those and identify the quadrant. So what I want you to do is I want you to either get a stamp or make one on your paper some way, shape, or form. That doesn't mean right now. Doesn't mean right now. When you do your homework, I'm just telling you how to do it. Okay? And then you'll list A, B, C, D, E, and F. And you just tell me which quadrant A, B, C, D, E, and F are on. Okay? It's really simple. And you have to plot them, yes. If it ends up being on an axis, you just say x-axis, y-axis. Okay. Like for example, B. Yeah. E. Those will be on an axis, not a particular quadrant. So you have 6 places that you can say it's either in quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4, or it's on the x-axis or the y-axis. Okay. Any questions on that part? Did not figure. Okay, when we're solving to find out if something is an answer for a particular problem, for example, y equals the absolute value of x minus 3, and they say, whoops, and they say find out if the coordinate pair is a solution for this, and they'll list them out A, B, C, D, E. So they say A will be 2, 5. You have lots of options on how to do this. If you want to use your calculator, you simply type this into your calculator, and you check the point. So you plug in x, see if it spits out that y. If it doesn't spit out that y, then it's not a solution. Okay? Long version, some might call it long version, I say easy version. I'd plug in 2. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Absolute value of negative 1 is 1. So is this a solution? Negative. Next, I'd plug in the next set of points that they give me. It's negative 1 and 4. So I'd plug in my negative 1, and negative 3 make? Negative 1 and negative 3 make? Negative 4. Absolute value of negative 4 is 4. So this one is an answer. Okay? As long as your checks and x's are clearly different, we won't have a problem. Cool? Moving on then. Kind of following the examples on your homework so that we can look at them. The next one I think was 7. Is that right? So let's look at 6. Find the unknown coordinate so that each coordinate pair is a solution for the given equation. So on number 6, they give you an equation, y equals 2x minus 5, and then they give you a coordinate pair. So they say negative 1/2, comma, find the answer. So I'm going to put x. Oh, I guess I should put a y in there. Okay, so all I do is plug that in. I take my 2, I multiply it by negative 1/2, I subtract 5, and figure out what the answer is. So 2 multiplied by negative 1/2 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. So this translates to negative 1/2, comma, negative 6. And there's my answer. Simple enough? Any questions on that?
Nope.
Should be quick. All right, good deal. On the next problem sets that you will see, will be on 16, 17, 18. You'll do all of those, so I just want to show you what they look like. I'll put an example up on the board so that you can see them identified. If you want to write down these examples, that is okay. Let me zoom in on them. Okay, this is just a crazy drawing. There's no equation that goes with it. They just show us what this looks like. Anytime your line touches or crosses the x-axis, that is an x-intercept. Okay, that's the definition of x-intercept, is where the line crosses the x-axis. So here, here, and here are all x-intercepts. Okay, all x-intercepts. We also learned these as zeros a couple lessons ago. So these are also called zeros. Okay, anywhere it touches the y-axis, for instance here and here, are called y-intercepts. And that's what they identified in the next set. Okay, x-intercept is where what is 0? X-intercept is where y is 0. So therefore, y-intercepts are where x is 0. Simple enough, right? So here are your x-intercepts. Any questions over x and y-intercepts?
No.
Okay, and the questions on your homework should be relatively easy, yes?
Yes.
That's it then.